What draws someone to live in a certain place? Maybe it's the clean air, endless skies, and the lack of rush hour traffic? Or the comfort of having everything your family needs close by? Here, nature surrounds you, community welcomes you, and opportunity is everywhere. Whether you're building a career or making memories, it's a place where life feels just right. Bismarck-Mandan. Make your mark in a community you'll never forget.
Good morning and welcome to 1 Million Cups. That's the sum total of my stage experience right there. What do you think? Thank you. I saw it there and I couldn't not do that. That is so fun. Everybody should have one of those. Well, good morning and welcome to anybody streaming. Thank you, as always, for braving the construction out there. My name is Evan Anderson. I'm with Gizmonics and I get to be your MC today. I'm pretty excited about this. Hope everybody had a good 4th. Yeah? The weather cooperated? What the heck? All right. Well, anybody new here today? Anybody that's never been to 1 Million Cups? Okay. Good. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Well, for your benefit, we're going to tell you why you're here and what you're in for here. There's no labor or anything like that. It's actually pretty straightforward, although we may have you ask some questions or be thinking about some questions for our speaker today. But so basically what we do every week, Wednesday mornings, 8:30 here at Dakota Stage, is we put an entrepreneur, a community builder, somebody that's doing something interesting or cool in our community, put them on the stage, let them tell their story, share some of their ups, their downs, their sidewayses, and we're kind of a sounding board, a community sounding board for these folks. So after they give their presentation, we do some Q&A, we ask some hard questions, we might offer up some contacts that might help them on their journey, and just trying to lift the community up. So that's the big takeaway is, can we change the face of our startup community over 1 million cups of coffee? And we have in fact been doing this now for 13 years. So thank you for being here and for being a part of it. All right, there's timing. We have a new sponsor today. Carmen, would you like to say a word? I can give you the microphone.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you. First of all, thank you for everyone that's here today and for supporting this community. And we want to do our small part and maybe help sponsor and continue to keep this moving forward. Goldman Sachs, 10,000 small businesses, will be returning to North Dakota to serve about 40 small business owners across the state. So be on the lookout for that. Applications should open here in about August. So thanks again for the opportunity. Thanks, Evan.
And thank you. Appreciate it. It's generous sponsors like you that really make, I think what's unusual in my mind with 1 Million Cups is we've got some great sponsors, and we also are on an extremely tight budget. We kind of hold on to the dollars that we have very tightly, and as a result, that isn't the first thing that us as organizers talk about when we get together. We talk about program, we talk about, how do we increase our audience, those kinds of things. We don't have to worry about dollars and how are we going to pay the theater rent next month. So thank you very much, really appreciate it. And you've already got a place on the big slide, that one's going to stay. So these are our other Venti sponsors as well. Thank you very much to them. Our Grande sponsors, the blue page. And then our tall sponsors. We've got such a great group of sponsors this year. It's been really, really heartwarming. And then these are our in-kind sponsors. These are folks that allow their employees, their people to come and be organizers and help put an event together every Wednesday, which actually takes a bit of effort, as you might imagine. Okay, so as I mentioned, we're going to have Q&A at the end. Please be thinking about your questions. Oh, I don't see a mic runner. Who's going to, Joe? What do you think? Okay. Thank you. Be thinking about those questions so that when we get to that part, throw your hand up. We'll get you this big orange mug and you can ask your question. I know we've got some announcements this morning. Oh, yeah. Anybody that got a mustache this morning? Okay, now's the time. Hopefully I get that on right. There we go. All right. It is National Scud Day. So kind of an odd acronym, but I like the concept a lot. And this is Savor the Comic and Unplug the Drama. Who can't get around that, right? So that's what we're doing. We're savoring the comic. Wear your mustache as long as you want. If you already have a mustache, shave it off. Well, okay, not. So Marlo, thank you for that. I see you. Are you going to be extra comic today?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think it's part of the Anderson duo comedy team.
Oh, we could do a little show. There you go.
Working on it for years.
All right. So keep that in mind today. Especially the unplugging the drama. I think we're surrounded by too much drama these days. Let's smile a little bit, be a little goofy. All right, so Mug Club. This is just a reminder. We threw a few of these slides in that we put up once in a while, and that's the Mug Club. John mugs you when you walk in. We've got the black stickers this year, and we've got some swag that goes with those. And there are some mugs like Joe. Joe, you're about out of room on that mug. It's kind of some badge of honor there. I see some pretty amazing mugs. So that is basically just kind of, and we've had people with 50 stickers that like misplaced their mug for a while, and that's a problem. It's all hands on deck to find that thing. So anyway, don't forget to get your sticker. John's really good about doing that for you. And then these are the kind of the swag levels too. So we've got the black sticker swag, and that's just this year. And then all stickers we've got as well. So all the way up to and including the Golden Cup Award. And there are a few of those out there in the world and a few of those recipients in the room here. So just kind of our way to make it a little bit fun collecting those. In fact, Janya was just on a call with 1 Million Cups National a couple of weeks ago, and they were kind of sharing best practices, and she mentioned Mug Club, and they were really stoked about it. I think that's going to start showing up in some communities around the country. And probably worth noting, as long as we're talking about that conversation that she had, our venue, our attendance, our length of doing this for 13 years stands out in Million Cups National, like pretty significantly. So let's give ourselves a round of applause. Marlo started this, or helped start this, so thank you. Okay. This is just a screen cap of our YouTube page. So if you've never been there, that's kind of what it looks like. If you do want to stream, that would show up under live if you can't make it some week but want to see it. And then also under playlists, there are these playlists down here for each year. So what we've done is we've taken them and kind of like consolidated them by year. So if there's something you want to go back and see, which is kind of fun once in a while to go back and revisit some history or a company that's grown a lot since they were on stage, it's really a nice archive. So that's what that looks like. Feel free to go out and check that out. All right, Tyler.
It's hard to take you seriously with that mustache, I know. Yeah. My name's Tyler DeMars. I serve on the Bismarck Library Foundation. I like to be an advocate for all things library. I'm a strong believer that our library is one of the most valuable third spaces we have in our community. The staff there does a really good job of having a pretty full events calendar of really neat and interesting and different things that they do. One thing that's gotten some traction is these library tours they do a few times a year. So this is just a hour and a half, 2-hour tour of the library. You kind of get a peek behind the curtain on how everything at the library works. Some really interesting and fascinating stories about some of the history at the building and how the library services have evolved over time. It's a pretty exclusive event. It's limited to 8 participants. You do have to register, so that QR code you can go to and you can find all of the events, the event calendar at the library, and how to register for this one. But kind of a neat date night idea, or just if you're looking for something to do, or if you've wanted to check out the library, this is a great way to learn a little bit more about it. And of course, that whole calendar of events, I encourage you to keep that in a bookmark and check that out periodically, because the library does a really good job of putting events together there. So, thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. Oh, okay. Oh, I wonder if that's where we're trying not to blind you quite as much here with these lights. Hey, look at there. Thanks, Tyler. Back to the booth. He's handling the booth today single-handedly, so. Okay, we've got the membership, yes.
I'm Lane Hoffer. My main job is with Better Together. I'm a care coordinator, but I'm also on the board for the Dakota Safety Network, and we're having our next membership meeting on the 21st. It's going to be at the Dakota Safety Council. If you just wanted to just go check it out, I'll just go over everything WSI. We're going to have just the initiative programs and just talk about incident investigations. This kind of covers all, basically all fields, so it's definitely something worth checking out and just seeing what we're all about and stuff. And we also have our conference coming up in November. I apologize, Mercedes, what's the date? 17th. And registration is open. I'm not sure exactly how many spots we have open. I don't know, but if you do want a booth, Scott, we do have booths open for that. So, and they're $50 per booth. So if you're interested, just let me know. Me or Mercedes. Mercedes is also on one of the committees. So yeah, definitely check if you can. Check this out. July 21st, 11:30 to 1.
All right, I know we have at least one more. Anybody else? Yeah, bring it.
I wasn't sure what order we were going. You said at least one more.
First one to the mic.
All right. Hi, everyone. Devin Rourke, Plainsman Therapy here. And just a quick reminder, I did not send in a slide. I apologize. But today at 4 p.m., I'm going to be hosting a workshop for our 1-year anniversary. It's titled Finding Peace in the Present. I promise it's not woo-woo mindfulness meditation. If you're into that, great, but that's not what this is. And so also, even if you can't make it, please, please, please stop over. I know you're all getting jazzed on coffee, but I got some coffee from Biddy Bean, and it's a lot. I saw the paper, it was like 2.5 gallons. I didn't realize how much 2.5 gallons of coffee was. And so if you want to stop over at any time today to grab some coffee, even if it's just right after, we're just a block over is our office. And so we'd love to have you at any time. We also have cake balls, delicious. And so just to celebrate 1 year of helping North Dakotans overcome their mental health challenges. So thank you, 4 p.m. today. Awesome.
All right. Hi, my name is Nicole Gagner. I'm the owner of Painter Nicole and Meadowlark Mercantile Art Vending. And after you go to his event at 4, you should make sure to go to the BDAC and BAGA art openings that are happening tonight. They are both floral themed, so it's a representation of local artists' interpretation of flowers and floral and everything fun and colorful, and local florists. So you'll be supporting local businesses, local artists, and between the two events, if it looks like it's going to be nice enough to walk, so there's going to be chalk art along. That's actually why I got childcare today. So I'm here today, and then I'm going to be chalk arting, and there are going to be other artists also chalk arting the walk in between. So maybe if the therapy office needs a little bit more art in front, maybe there will be some flowers there too. So you should 5:30 to 7:30 for BAGA over on Front Street, and BDAC on 4th Street. 5 to 7 for BDAC, and then 5:30 to 7:30 for. Look them both up. They have all their information on it.
Thank you, Nicole. We'll be there. That's better than a yellow brick road, too, actually. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Anybody else with an announcement? All right. Well, let's get Rhonda on the stage. She's going to tell us about Family Day Riverwalk. Let's give her a round of applause. Rhonda?
I guess I'm not going through the door. Yeah. Thank you so much. It sounds like there's some fun stuff going on, so that's awesome. I am so excited to be here to talk about this event. This is actually our 11th year for Family Day Riverwalk. I appreciate the chance to be here. My name is Rhonda Stiles Rohde. I don't even know my own name. Oh, we turn the lights on when I get up here? I kind of liked it better when it was like low. So anyways, Family Day Riverwalk. Our 11th annual. So this is our history. Amy Jo Johnson, I'm not sure if some of you probably know her, some don't, but amazing lady, kind of a little, out there. But yeah. But her dream was to have an event out on the river, free, or as free as possible for families, kids, to enjoy Bismarck-Mandan, enjoy our parks, enjoy the river. And so she got a group of people together, and I was one of them, to plan this event and to also benefit Parks and Rec. So that's what we did. Group of, I think we started with 7 or 8 people, something like that. Now we're down to 3. Amy Jo, Anna, and myself. So we basically, our whole goal is to have entertainment, live entertainment, have booths throughout the park, or actually not throughout the whole park, sorry. Shelters 11 and 4. And then we have food vendors. We want to be able to share information about what's going on in the community. We want nonprofits there. We want businesses there. We have some of the entertainment that we have going on right now, or have planned right now. We have Braveheart Band. They have been there every year. Every year from 6 to 8, we have the Braveheart Band. Amazing. Phil McMahon from McMahon Brothers, he's been on and off, so he'll be there as well, Shelter 11. Double Barrel Band, Miss Sparkles, she's awesome. She's been with us almost every year, I think. Shade Tree Players is going to be performing Northern Plains Dance. We've gotten a couple other ones that have signed on since I did this slide. So we've got some entertainment lined up. We do have some spots open yet, so looking for some more entertainment. Oop, this way. Maybe. What am I doing wrong? I can keep talking. I don't need this slide. Oh, there we go. There you go. Double Bear Band. There's Phil. I was doing something wrong. Miss Sparkles, she's amazing. So we want to have everyone get to all the booths, or at least most of the booths. So we have this game that we have where we have as many in a group as they will go through each booth. All they have to do is have the person at the booth sign off, and then we have door prizes. They turn this in when they're done for the day to get their name in for a door prize. They don't have to be present to win. So this is just a way to get them to go through and try to hit as many booths as possible, because if the booths are there, we want people to go. There's usually 1,000 to 2,000 people that come through, which is amazing. I mean, it's so fun. It's so fun to see bus, sometimes it's a bus, sometimes it's like daycares coming and they've got all their kids coming in the morning. It's a great day. About 35 to 40 booths. We have some food vendors. So Anna, who's on our committee, she has utterly amazing treats and eats. We got FOMO, we have Fireflower going to be there. Then we have just lots of booths. Again, Miss Sparkles had her booth up last year. Hopefully she'll do her booth again. Just an array of different booths throughout the park. You'll see kids playing. They're playing all over the place. So we ask each booth to have a free activity for kids. So even though they may be, if they sell something, they may be charging for that, there should be an activity for kids that's free at their booth as well. We're going to have the Bismarck fire truck there. Sometimes we can get the police department to come. It depends. I mean, obviously they're busy, so they can't always make it, but they will be there this time. We've got some face painting that goes on. just, it's a great day. Sometimes we do have Furry Friends. It's going to be there. Furry Friends Rock and Rescue. They don't get to keep their animals there all day because depending on the heat and whatever, their animals might be there just for a couple hours. But we do try to do a good job of letting through Facebook live posts know that the animals are there for rescue, or for adopting. But you'll see animals walking around, and people bring their animals to the park. I mean, like, bring your dog, bring your cat if you want to. But we do need help. Well, we would need help planning. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like, through all year long, we would need, if anyone wanted to be on the committee, we would welcome that. But we need volunteers for the day. Anyone who plans an event, like we were talking about earlier, events, there's a lot of work that goes into that. But there's, for the day of, for the logistics, we've got some great volunteers that help us. Every year they just come back and say, I have a friend, Dustin, he picks up the flatbed trailer for the entertainment, and he picks up the spiffy biffs, because obviously you got to have something like that at an event. But we have volunteers that'll come and just help the vendors set up their booths or put up the signs that we need around the park. Let's see if I back up out of the way here. We need still, like I said, we need some entertainment. And we really like to focus on entertainment that is local, new, like if somebody is just getting out there and they have some sort of talent they would just like to share. It is volunteer, so again, we like this event to be as free as possible for people, so they come in. Someone who wants to do a puppet show, they certainly could come do a puppet show for the kids at Shelter 4. Singers, dancers, gymnastics, they've come and performed before. Choirs, bands. We have time slots open during the day mainly at this point, from that 10 to 4, and they're typically 45-minute time slots. That can change if someone only has, maybe they've just started writing music and they have just a few songs that they like to sing. We welcome whatever. Logistics, we need help setting up from 7:30 to 10. 4 to 8, just managing, have you guys, I'm hoping you've been to the park. If you haven't, please stop by. But there's a volleyball court down below, right between where we are, and the traffic gets like crazy there. So we even just need help, somebody helping to manage that, because kids are walking back and forth. And it's a little scary for us that are there watching. So just to manage and help traffic and just help out where needed. And then from 7:30 to 9:30 to help take down. We like to help the vendors if they need help tearing down their booths, picking back up the signs and things like that. So that's where we need help for the day. We also, if anyone, you have a business and you're willing to donate a door prize, that would be amazing. Like I said, we have those game pieces, the door prizes. People don't have to be present to win. This event is for Parks and Rec to help update and do things for Sertoma Park, since that's what we're supporting. And so the prizes are then at Bismarck Parks and Rec. And so those that win can pick those prizes up at the Parks and Rec. So, but again, July 15th, coming up next week. I so appreciate the opportunity to be here to talk about it. This is our website. We have the Facebook page. This is my email and my phone number. I'm the one that takes care of the entertainment. And if anyone wanted to sign up for a booth, you could certainly reach out to me. Volunteers, any of it, we'll get you hooked up. All right. I love the cup, And as I'm looking out and I see all your coffee, I'm wishing I would have got a cup of coffee when I came in here.
All right. All right. I know you've been working on your questions. Please grab a seat here, Rhonda.
Okay,
11 years. Wow.
11 years.
So could you talk a little bit about maybe your trajectory from 11 years ago to today in terms of participation, numbers of booths, that kind of thing? Has it been steady growth? Did it start out a little slow and get built? What did that look like?
Well, I would say the first year we were begging for booths. it was hard to get it rolling, and a lot of people were like, "A Wednesday during the day?" It was a little hard to sell that, and we did really put a lot of thought into why we would do that on a Wednesday, and morning to 8. And it really is because there's so many things going on in the summer. People are out of town. There's so many other events that happen. And so we thought, well, let's do something during the day. And then to go through the whole, 10 to 8, it's a long day for booths. We get it. That's hard. But you got to think about the people that work at night. They can only come during the day. Right? They're only gonna get there during the day. And you want daycares, because this is a kid's family, not just, I don't want to say just family, because we want, you don't have to have kids to come, but what's the park about, right? Getting in there, having fun, activities, as free as possible. So want to be there during the day, but then you also have people that work during the day, and they're not going to get in on it unless they can come after work. So you really need that time to be able to come into the evening. So we talked about it a lot, and just decided on this was the best route to go. And if it was some growing pains to get there, then we would work through that. So I don't know, we probably had 20, 30 booths first. And then now we have people that reach back out to us before we even have sent out the registration. Like, are you doing it? We still have to send out our letters, and we still have to do the Facebook posts and and we probably could get a lot more if there honestly were more than 3 of us that are trying to promote it. But yeah, it's grown a lot. We've had, like I said, there's 1,000 to 2,000 people coming through there. We have it rain or shine. There's really only been, I think, one time that it sort of rained on us when we were setting up. And we tell the vendors that we're not going to cancel, and the money, that the booth fee is a donation to the park. So they don't get that back. That is a donation. So we'll be there setting up. We're there at 7, Amy, Joe, myself, Anna, and then my daughter and I, she was like 4, we're out with an umbrella, getting it ready when the rain was coming. And then that was one of them. And then there was one time at like 4 or 5 o'clock or something, there was a downpour, and then it quit. And some people did leave. Some of the booths, they're like, no, we're going. But then some stayed, and Braveheart Band played from 6 to 8, and we had people come and listen. And we're diehards.
Oh, that's great. So I guess the families coming through, is that pretty steady throughout the day? Or do you seem to be busier in the morning?
Well, it's pretty busy in the morning with, like I said, some daycares, lots of kids. Then there's lunchtime. People come over their lunch, and then there is a little bit of a lull in the afternoon. I think nap time plays into that. So there's a little bit of lull in the afternoon. Not horrible, and it does depend on the day and how hot it gets.
Sure.
But there's so many trees down there that helps a lot. And then in the evening, then it picks back up again. And then I'd say that 7 o'clock time frame, it slows down quite a bit, but it
Sounds
just
like,
really
some steady
depends.
energy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool. All right. Joel.
This is Joel. I'm here in the audience. You may not recognize me.
I love this.
Yes.
It's awesome.
What is Joel?
So, being around for 11 years, I believe that's longer than Bismarck, correct? Bismarck it on
I'm not
Saturdays?
sure. I don't know.
Because I'm kind of thinking it feels like a very similar vibe, vendors, local vendors, kid-friendly. But for me, I'm not often around on Saturdays. So you talked about how Wednesday was a strategic decision. Talk a little bit about the pros and cons of that, because obviously you're competing with summer schedules, but maybe there's not as many people coming out because it's in the middle of the week.
The pros and cons
Of it being on Wednesday, on middle of the day, middle of the week.
what we hear is it is just hard during the week. Like people are working. What we have more trouble with is getting. Like I have trouble getting. Sorry, it's not up there anymore. I have trouble getting entertainers during the day because they work. And honestly, it's volunteer, so we don't pay them to come. So that makes it a little bit harder as well. So that's more of our struggle, is getting those kinds of things than getting vendors to come, because vendors, that's what they do. As for participation, I think it's been pretty steady. Like the amount of people that are coming. It was just early on that we would get that response of, why are you doing it during the week? Why don't you? Or we have people that come onto our committee and that's the first thing they ask. Well, why don't you move it to a weekend?
Everybody's at the lake.
Yeah, and so then it's like, okay, well, let's think that through then. When would we do it? What weekend would work when you look at the fair and you look at Country Fest and you look at all the other things that are going on. And we purposely set it for the third Wednesday of July so that it's not the date, it's the day or the week of the month. Does that did that come out right? The week of the month. So.
And that's been consistent for all 11 years?
All 11 years, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So then we can just, when we leave on Wednesday night and I'm talking to, or even throughout the day, I can say, remember third week in July next year. And then it kind of just keeps that going. So I guess the cons are, it can be hard for those that are wanting to participate. They maybe just can't because of the weekday.
Boy, in 11 years, you've had kids grow up through this thing probably, right? That come.
Yes, and we've had some entertainers that the first time they sang was there.
Oh, wow.
And then doing really well right now. So
that's cool too. Yes.
Yeah.
Good morning. I have a two-part question, if I can selfishly hog the answers on the stage for a minute. But one is, I was kind of shocked to see there's only 3 people planning this at this point. I would love to know kind of the cycle. When do you fire up in the year to start securing your booths and, the vendor side? And then part 2 is, are you starting at budget 0 every year? And is it getting sponsored to help get some of that entertainment? I'm sure there's stipends or something that you're giving out. But I'd love to hear more about that as well.
So, so we kind of have our own system at this point since there's only 3 of us. So we started we would meet every month and it would continue. We took a month off after the event and then we would start up right away. So when we had a committee, there was a year that it was just myself and Amy Jo. So then we just did our thing and then came back together. So, but I will start talking to the current entertainers right away after they entertain now, to say, give my gratitude and then ask, remind or let them know again when the event is and can I contact you? And then right after the first of the year, I will reach out and say, this is the date. Save the date, that kind of thing when it comes to the entertainers. We don't start putting out an ask probably for entertainers or booths until spring. we probably should be doing it earlier. I don't know, we just try to find time when it's just the two of us or the three of us doing it. So there could definitely be some organization in that part of it. When it comes to sponsors, we have the people that have been involved in it from day one, basically, like the flatbed trailer, the spiffy biffs, the insurance and things like that. So we know we just go to those people, and so I'm in charge of doing the insurance and the trailer and the spiffy biffs, and so we have like certain roles that between Amy, Joe, and I and Anna that we do. So we just do them when we can, and I know that's probably horrible for anyone that's an A type. Like that's horrible. And normally I am that, but when you have to do it around your full-time job and your family, that's what you do. And then your second question was, I'm sorry?
Just the financial piece.
They're comping them. Really, the only thing that we pay for out of vendor fees would be any printing that we do. Mm-hmm. And we don't do very much at all. We try to do everything, as donated or sponsored as possible.
So my question is actually a follow-up to that. As somebody that works in the arts, I love the opportunity for up-and-coming artists to get, a foot in the door performing in like kind of a low-stakes way. But as a busy artist, I know that it's hard to save the date for a free event, even if you completely believe in the mission. So my question is, have you guys internally talked about working with any fiscal sponsors that could help you get any art grants, or because like DWAC locally, or not DWAC, our arts organization, our local city arts organization, but also our state's art organization, they actually could help you with printing costs, but then they could also help you pay for artists to do musical performances or anything like any of the dance performances. Any of that could possibly.
You know what? We haven't. We sure.
Well, I'm going to be doing talk art after this if you want.
So somebody now.
Yes. So it's a great idea, and no, we have not looked into that.
Good thoughts, Nicole.
Yeah.
I see some potential there, definitely.
Yeah.
Because it is so important for these artists to get an audience, right? And here's 1,000 people going through the place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you talk about only having 3 people. I will say Amy Jo accounts for 3 people in herself.
She does, absolutely.
If anybody knows who Amy Jo is.
Yes.
Can you speak to some of the benefits, the donations that you've made over the years? Have you seen some specific improvements, or how the money is being used at all?
It goes for the updates that they do, and I'm going to be really honest. I don't know exactly what they have updated. We give it to them in trusting that it's going to the park, because that's where we're designating that to be. So.
Do you know how much you've raised over the 11 years?
It's $1,000 or $2,000 a month, but right now we gave them a year. 2,000. We gave them a $2,000 check last year at the event, and we probably will be giving them close to that this year.
Thank you.
So, organizationally, are you a 501c3? Is it?
We
just
are not. We're just the 3 of us volunteering.
Okay.
To do it.
Simplifies things a lot,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure. So, and it sounds like there's no money that really sticks either. It's just
Passed
in
through.
kind and passed through. I kind of like the simplicity of that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Can you talk about the vendor side of it? Like, who are the vendors that are there, and then how much of a cost it is to vendors, as well as a deadline is when vendors need to sign up?
Sure.
by?
Yep. Thank you. So so we have, like I said, nonprofits are there. So Northland Health. You put me on the spot, and there's a lot of them. Let me think. Okay, thank you, Sarge. Yes, categories. Nonprofits. We have some local businesses that they, sell what they create. We have some banks. We have bank there. We have, that's basically, some of them are groups, like the Demonettes will have a booth. They'll be selling their popcorn balls. So if you like their popcorn balls, stop over. We have then the food vendors. They'll be there. Sugar Monster, I just learned this morning that they have now signed back on. They've been there every year as well. So they're ones that just assume they're coming. So that's great. And then we, of course, will have our informational booth. We have several medical, whether it be, a lot of it's usually Sanford, but medical booths will set up, and they'll have information there for different types, whether it be heart, whether it be cancer, or whatever that might be. Churches will come. There's usually a bouncy house, which is fun. And then, like I said, we have the fire truck. We have, sometimes the police are there. And then we love it when we have the rescue animals for adoption there. Like I said, it gets hot for them, so they're there for a little while. Registration, we usually have the first round of registration be done in May. And then for a nonprofit, it is a $35 booth fee. And it's a little more, I think it's $65, I think, for profit. And then in July here is where the dollar amount went up. But you can still register up until the day of. You just have to pay then before you set up.
And then for your families, they just show up and enjoy the day, basically.
Enjoy the day.
Okay.
Make sure and get one of those little cards so you can get your name in for the drawing and walk around, enjoy, have lunch or have supper down there, or even have coffee and a little bit of breakfast in the morning. I mean, it's an all-day thing.
So we always like to look under the hood a little bit, and I'd be interested in any stories you have in terms of some things that have happened over these 11 years that keep you going. It's like, yeah, I can't wait for next year. But then on the flip side, maybe anything that sometimes makes it a little bit tougher to do it again, or say, what are we doing?
Well, so I think the thing that keeps it going, for me, I would speak for me. I think I can speak for Amy Jo as well, because we just had this conversation. Is knowing that we're doing something that benefits the community. It brings people together in our park. It's a beautiful park. It gets awareness out there. It gives people the opportunity to spend time together. It's as close to free as we can get it. And people appreciate it. The people that are out there truly appreciate it. And we hear it over and over. And we are there all day long. Like, we're there at 7 and we stay till it's torn down and the park is back to the way it is supposed to be. So I think that's it. And then when we're tired and it's at the end of the day and we even say or mention that we don't think we can do it again when it's just the two of us or the three of us, and people are like, no, we gotta keep doing it, then that feels good, and that's pulls on your heartstrings, because you know that it's appreciated. And I think that's what keeps it going. And those are the times when you hear that or you see people enjoying themselves in the park and playing, and the kids having so much fun. That's what does it. That's what keeps me anyway. Now, what makes it a little bit hard is when, we did have one time somebody tripped and, they're looking to try to sue, or what can they do? And it's like, oh, you tripped. You know what I mean? But it all worked out and it was fine, but it's those kinds of things. It's like, there's a lot of work that goes into this, and it's just provide enjoyment for the community. And
Sounds like the appreciation far outweighs any of the negatives, and that's I'm glad you're getting that from the community.
absolutely, we're getting it from the community. Yeah, absolutely.
What are you guys doing for like advertising? I know you mentioned print costs, but is there anything else?
So
Massive turnout. I was there last year. It was huge.
So we, radio station, Big Rig, Mojo, we go on there and they give us ads, like we do an ad, there's an ad running. We usually go on, TV ads, or do a TV spot, which we have on Monday, we'll be going on. Facebook, social media posts, that's pretty much it. This is amazing, thank you. Really, truly, that's about it. And Amy Jo's great about doing press releases, so there's been some press releases. And then the day of the event, most of the time, at least, I don't know if I want to say every year, but most years, a reporter comes out and does some sort of a little, story of some sort. Yeah, that'll just drop by because we have the event going on.
So you talked a little bit about, what keeps you doing this, and in your conversations among the three of you, have you talked about runway and where does this go ultimately? If are you going to just do it forever? Is it something you'd like to keep going in the community? 11 years is a long time. That's a lot of good history that can't be replaced. So,
so we've been talking with. We have someone from Parks and Rec that is our liaison, if you want to call, and he's new this year, and so we have been talking with him about the possibility of approaching Parks and Rec for taking it on, and I don't want to make an announcement that we're doing that because that's not official.
You heard it here first, people.
Yeah, we're talking about the possibility of approaching them about that. It would be nice, and I think it could be a bigger event, definitely a more organized one, if an entity of some sort could take it on, and it would be, something that is just a little bit more organized. I mean, like Amy Jo and I would probably still volunteer and be on a committee or be on a board or whatever you might call that, just because we have that. I don't want to speak for Anna. She has her, her food truck, and her other things that she does, but I know Amy and Joe and I have talked about that. If you had somebody that could do the social media aspect and maybe write for grants and all of those things that would keep it going and be a little stronger, that would be amazing.
Well, and it gives you an outlet someday, whether that's next year or 5 years from now, but it at least gives you an opportunity to potentially have it be an event that stays for a long time.
Yeah, and we could get hit by a truck.
Yeah.
I don't want to get hit by a truck, but I could. So.
No. Well, I think Joe, do you have another?
Yeah, I would throw out a suggestion if you're looking at figuring out where this goes long term, and it's something that Park District can't take on. I would recommend setting up a 501c3, because then you can go to various organizations and seek contributions from gaming funds, and you would have an easier time trying to solicit for some of those grants. Yeah. Yes, I know. I sit on. Yeah. But that's where you can start getting people to come in. I guarantee you would find people to sit on your board. Yeah. So I would recommend going down that road if you can't get the Park District to maybe take it on.
Thank you.
Yeah, just something that can kind of keep a steady flow of people that are interested and passionate about it, so it kind of maintains the quality that I think it's probably the passion of you guys that have driven it this far. And
I don't want to make it sound like we're throwing the Park District under the bus, because we haven't even approached that. It's just an idea that we contemplating.
Well, I think we're about winding down, but I think one of the things that strikes me about this story is the difference that a few people can make in a community, right? And that's one of the things I love about Bismarck-Mandan. Somebody has, hey, look, we should have a family event. 11 years later, and how many thousands of kids have memories from that, or businesses that have made connections, and not unlike what we're doing here at Million Cups. I mean, it's and I think that's just something that it's fun to recognize that really anybody in this community can make a real difference just with some effort, passion, and energy, and you've done that. So thank you for that.
Thank
Joe,
you.
I think you're not quite done yet. There we go. Joe's got one last question for you.
So one question we always ask everyone who gets to come up and present is, how can we as the 1 Million Cups help you be successful with this event?
I think one great way would be to like our Facebook page and then share the posts. That would be amazing, since that is basically the main way that we share what's going on. I do have a few flyers. I printed just a few, and then if you do have any thing that you could donate for a door prize, that would be great. Or any volunteers, know of any volunteers that would either be willing to help the day of, if not this event, maybe in this year, in the future, please keep that contact information in mind. Reach out. We would certainly love it. And like I said, we do need some help this year. We got a few people in the morning. We don't have, I need an MC. I need an MC to talk about. You're an MC. No. No. So we like to introduce the entertainment, obviously, as they come on, and I try to get over and to them, to introduce them, but it's hard to be at two different places at one time. And so someone could come and introduce and, get the people excited. That gets to be a hard thing to find. So just anyone that would want to volunteer that day.
Sounds like a fun day, though. I would guess the people that do get involved and volunteer probably go away feeling really good about how that day was spent.
It is fun.
Cool. Let's hear it for Rhonda. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, stay.
All right, looking ahead, next week we've got Bismarck-Mandan Chamber EDC is going to be here. Brenda's going to be talking about leadership Bismarck-Mandan, and I think there are people in this audience that have had firsthand experience with that particular organization, and with, in particular, leadership Bismarck-Mandan. On July 22nd, we got Fit for Victory. Miranda is going to be here. And then High Five Media Solutions on the 29th. Philip is going to talk to us about that. So mark your calendars, plan to be here. These are all the ways that you can stay in touch with us. We've got Facebook is a great way to just know what upcoming events are, that sort of thing. And then again, with YouTube is a great place. If you miss an event, you can go watch it, or you can binge all season if you want. See? All right. I think with that, check your, take your silliness with you, and maybe leave the drama behind today, and wear your mustache all day if you want to. So thank you very much. Have a great week.